Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are learning about sets, a data type that stores only unique values. So let's dive in. So a set stores only unique elements. It will have no duplicates. It is an unordered collection of unique immutable items. And just like dictionaries, we define sets using curly brackets. So let's understand this with an example. I'll declare a variable first. And now let's go ahead and create a set, and we'll be storing that set inside this variable fruit. So as mentioned, we would have to use curly brackets for this. So let's mention the elements now. So we can take apple and let's take banana. Let's take one more cherry, and now we can go ahead and print fruits. Now if I run this, we'll get the set element. So here you can see we got the set with the values that we have. Let's take one more example. So I'll take numbers. Let's give 1, 2, 2, 3, 6, and 4, 4. So here you can see we have few duplicates. Now let's just go ahead and print this and see if it removes the duplicates or not. And if I print the numbers, you see we only got 1, 2, 4, and 6. So it has removed any duplicate entries. So you can say that a set only contains unique elements. And let's say if you want to add an item into the set, you can do that using the add method. So for example, here, if I want to add an additional item, I'll just use this method and I'll mention the value. So let's say orange. Let's save this. And if I print this now, save this and run this, so this value got added into the set. And similarly, if you want to remove something, you can use the remove function. So fruit dot remove, and then you would have to mention the element. So let's say if I want to remove apple, let's save this, and now let's just print this again. If I run this now, we won't be seeing apple in the set. So apple has been removed. And if you want to check the existence of any element inside the check, you can do it like this. You simply have to write an if statement and just mention the value, whatever you want to check. So let's say if I mention cherry in and then the set name, let's print, and let's also give an else statement. Now if I run this, I'll get cherries present. And let's say if I give something else, which is not present in the set, then the else part will get executed. Alright, so with this, when we are printing the set, we are getting the result along with the curly brackets, right? So let's say if you want to unpack this, as in if you want to print all the elements one by one outside, you can run a loop. So let's just go ahead and see how we can run a for loop on a set. So we'll start with for, and then we have to give a counter. So let's say item in, and then the set name. It is pretty much same how we did it with other collections. So here let's give colon, and then let's give a print statement, and we'll print the item. Now if I run this, we'll get all the items one by one. And also don't get confused. Here we have a particular order, right? Apple, banana, cherry. But when you're seeing the output, it is not maintaining any order, right? So as I mentioned before, that order is not guaranteed when looping through a set. Now let's check few additional set operations. So I'll remove this and let's take two separate sets. So I'll take one and I'll give few numbers. So let's say 1, 2, and 3. And let's take another set here. Let's give 3, 4, and 5. So we can merge both of these sets using union functions, just like the functions that we have in math. So let's just print and try them out. So if I write something like this, a dot union, and if I give b inside, then it is going to give us the merge output for a and b. So if I save this and if I run this, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, it's not going to include the duplicate element. And let's say if we only want to print the common element between a and b, then it is going to give us that by using the intersection function. So let's try that as well. Print a dot intersection and then give the other set, and if I save this, it will give the common value between set A and B. So if I run this, we got the common value. 3 is the common value. And similarly, we can also find out the difference using the difference function. So let's say print and then a dot difference, and let's give the other set. If I save and run this, we'll get the difference. So 1 and 2. So again, here also don't get confused, because if you are running a difference on B for A, then it is going to compare that what is available in A but is not available in B. So 3 is the only element which is available in both. So 1 and 2 is available in A but it's not available in B. But let's say if I make it B dot difference and then A, then we'll get 4 and 5. So if I save this and if I run this, I got 4 and 5. Now let's check few more topics. Let's see how we can create a set from a list. So let's create a list first. I'll take a numbers list. Let's keep some values here. 4 and 4. So we can see that this list contains duplicates. So when we convert this list into a set is going to automatically remove the duplicates. Let's go ahead and try that. Let's create a set with name unique numbers. And in order to convert, you just have to write set, and then inside set you can pass your list, and that's it. That's how you can convert a list into a set. Now if we print the set, we'll only get the unique elements. So I'll print the set and let's save and run this. So now you can see we have the set with unique numbers. Also, let's say if you want to create an empty set, then how would you do that? So let's take a variable empty set, and in order to create an empty set you have to write set and then round brackets. This is how you create an empty set. So you have to mention set. So let's say if you end up writing like this, empty set is equals to, and then curly brackets, right? Thinking that okay, this will define a set because we are using curly brackets. But no, this is going to create an empty dictionary and not a set. So for set, if you want to create an empty set, you have to write like this, set and then round bracket. So that's all on sets. Next up, we'll discuss more on sets and we'll start exploring functions and how to make your code reusable. So for now, I think this much is good enough to get started. And here's a mini challenge for you to create two sets of numbers and print their union and intersection. Try using add method to include more values before comparing. So give it a try and don't forget to like and subscribe if you're learning something new, and keep coding.